So we are back to planting the garden again today. Hopefully we're going to get it all wrapped up today and get the rest of it finished. We've got quite a bit to do, and so we're going to jump into that here pretty quick. Nothing new about it. We're going to do the same as we've been doing before, just the different rows. We got quite a bit we'll plant, and we'll probably show you that here in a little bit, what we're planting and where it's going to be at. But everything that's been planted so far is coming up nicely, and so we just got to get the rest in the ground. We just came off the weekend. We had a pretty stormy weekend. We got lots of rain. We even got snow. I don't think it actually did freeze, but it was supposed to freeze, and so we put off planting over the weekend until today. We never know around here. We might even get a freeze here in another couple weeks like we did last year. It's hard to say. I think our last possible freeze date is like June 15th or 20th or something like that, and so we can still get frost for quite a while, but we just throw it all on the ground and we'll jump into it now. So we made kind of a silly mistake here when I was planting this before. We skipped a few rows because we didn't want, we wanted our plants in a certain order. And so on this end down here where the valves are, we went 12 feet to the next plant that we were planting last time we planted. On this end, I just miscalculated somehow. Instead of going 12 feet down here, I went 9 feet to the next row. So we got kind of a funny line going through our garden. We're going to adjust for that on these rows, and then we'll have to adjust on the other side. But it's going to be a little interesting this year. We're going to have some not very straight lines, but nothing we can do about it now, so we're just going to live with it. It won't be such a big deal when things get growing. They kind of all grow together anyway, but hopefully it won't be too noticeable. Anyway, back to planting. So I'll give you a little insight on our process that we do in planting these rows. We made this little tool here, just a scrap piece of 2x4 that I put some spikes through, and we'll take that and just drag it along that line. That'll just mark 2 spots where we're going to plant the rows, and then from there I'll take the shovel and actually make a furrow in the ground that's deep enough to plant in. We just go about 1 inch deep with everything, and then drop our seeds in, and we can just kind of spread the soil back over top of it. We do that just mostly to get everything straight and looking nice. It's one extra step that I'm hoping to eliminate. I'm hoping I can make a tool that I can do both of those together and not have to bend over as much. I can just drag it along and get the furrow and mark them at the same time. But for now we're doing it this way, and then maybe next year we'll get it done a little bit easier. So today's planting has been quite a interesting day. We got our rows off, I found out. We got 1 row here that I planted. Those are beans that we had left over. I planted the 2nd row of beans. Turns out, I don't know if they're actually beans or not. I found another package of beans. So Andrea bought all of the seed this year, and I don't know what she bought that looks like beans, but I was pretty sure they were beans. So we're gonna go consult with her and figure out what it is we just planted. Hopefully it's not, we don't have to dig it back out or something. We'll figure it out. Okay, after consulting, turns out Andrea got some beans from her mom. So those are the ones we're planting, I guess. Either way, they're beans, so we lucked out. We'll get back to planting. We got those beans are just about to get finished done here, and then we've got a row there of lettuce we're gonna plant, and then I gotta go consult our master book with the plans on this garden to see what we're putting in next, because I can't remember. I think we're gonna get corn pretty soon though. All right, we got the beans and the lettuce put in. We're just turning this water line on so we can start getting some of these seeds a little wet. We've had a lot of rain the last couple days. A lot for us. We got maybe like an inch, if even that, in the last 2 days. But it's a little windy today and it's pretty sunny, so the top of the soil is getting dried out as we're working it. So I just want to get some water on the top of them, but I was going to show you here how we turn these water lines on. So the ones that have been planted before are already turned on. This line hasn't. And now it's on. There's the next one. It's as easy as that. That's how we get the water lines turned on and off. And then we can just hook a hose up whenever we need to water them. And they'll run through just about the whole garden. We got 2 water lines that we gotta get installed real quick. And then I gotta go get something put on my head. It's pretty sunny out here and I'm gonna get sunburned. So we will do those 2 water lines real quick and then head in for a bit. This one out. See how easy this is. Slide it on there. Easy. Tighten it down. Go all the way out to the fence, clear out there. And then give you like another foot. Stay right there. You got it? Yep, right there. Okay, tie a knot in that end. Just tie a knot like that. Pull it really tight. Okay, now go run down and turn your water line on. Look at that. So easy a 7-year-old can do it. So we're back at it again. We actually had to take a couple-day break. We had to get some supplies and I had to run in and meet somebody to buy a chainsaw. So we just kind of stopped abruptly working on this garden, but we're back at it. Today, I want to show you real quick a little bit about this drip hose. We're going to be putting a few more valves on it. So I'll show you that real quick and how we put them on there. It's pretty easy, goes pretty quick. To put in these valves, we're simply going to determine where we want the valve at. Take a drill bit. Let's see what size this is. It is a 1/4-inch drill bit. Probably could use a little bit bigger. Ideally, you're going to find a drill bit that's just big enough to fit in there. I can't seem to find mine, so we're going to use this one. It should work just fine. We've determined where we want it at, and then I'm just going to punch a quick hole in there. That's just a little extra water that was in there that's not turned on. But once I've got that hole in there, then I can just press this through that hole. Just like that. Tighten that on there seal it up. And then we were ready to put our drip tape on there. That's as easy, hard as it is. It's pretty easy. And we'll just run real quick. I've got about 9 more of those to put in, and so we'll do that real quick, and then we'll stake the rest of this hose down and be ready to finish planting. Well, it's getting late again. We've got most of this garden in. We are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rows left to plant. Most of those being squash, which will go very quickly. But we did get all of the drip tape in today, so we don't have to do any of that anymore. So the rest of the planting will go pretty quick. So we will be done with this by the end of the week and be able to move on to some more projects and start seeing some more stuff pop up. But we gotta finish a few more chores tonight and then we'll be done for the day. So it's a couple days later. Today's Saturday. First thing we're doing today is taking these calves out to the pasture. They're finally out of hay here, and so we're gonna take them out to pasture. We haven't quite got the garden finished, so we're gonna get that. One interesting thing today, the forecast says it's supposed to be 90 degrees today on Saturday. Last Saturday, it snowed. So our plan today was to plant the garden. If you can't tell, it's snowing like crazy out here. So snow on the ground yet, but it is in my face, and it's kind of a miserable day for planting a garden. So it's supposed to freeze again tonight, so I don't think it's gonna happen, but we'll see. Maybe later today we'll get to it. I'm going back to bed. So there's the high desert for you. Temperature changes quick. We get a lot of different weather, but we're gonna go. I already got these cows loaded up, so we're gonna go haul them and unload them. See you in a bit. All right, we're back from unloading those cows. I didn't get a chance to throw a camera up while I was out there. You guys missed it. The guy who owns the place, he ended up getting shocked by the electric fence, and I fell in a hole full of water. So it was quite the entertaining adventure, but I didn't have a chance to throw a camera up. Sorry you missed it, missed out. But anyway, we're gonna finish planting the garden today, and then we're actually heading back over there. We're having lunch with those guys, and then we'll probably be done for the week. We don't have a lot more to do today, so we'll catch you guys next time.